Hi, yeah, it's just I've seen the last couple of years the old Musty Wargamer challenge, painting challenge going on each year, and it looks quite good fun. So I thought I'd try and have a go and get involved this year. I'm bending the criteria quite a bit with this, but yeah, I don't have anything by Games Workshop. I've never played any Warhammer, 40k or fantasy or otherwise. So yeah, I don't have any of the figures that would meet that side of the criteria, but these are old. Basically, I cut a long story short, I used to game a little bit when I was a teenager. Classic story, I guess. Got out of it, went off and found other things to do, and then came back to it about 30 years, 25 years, about 25 years later, and basically started again. I did have all my figures from when I was a kid, but they were pretty ropey, pretty badly painted, and I just didn't really have the heart to sort of get them all out and start again with them all, so I've just kind of left them in boxes in the garage, and started building up my collections again. But kind of I'm doing, as I've sort of said the last few videos, I'm doing sharp practice now, and need a few sort of character figures. And I remembered I did have some figures I was quite fond of when I was a kid at in the garage, so I went and had a bit of a look through to see what I got. It wasn't a highly successful trip, to be honest. This was about all I came back with. After going through several boxes, there wasn't a lot there that would really serve that I'd want now. I probably should have brought some of them up and put them on the video, actually, just for comedy value. But I used to, I had quite a decent sized French Napoleonic army when I was a teenager, but they were all, I moulded them all at home. The older amongst you might remember Prince August moulds. I used to pick up those kits at the local gaming shop, and yeah, basically spend evenings at home moulding Napoleonic, for casting my own Napoleonic figures. Yeah, basically desperately waiting for my mum to finish up dinner and finish washing up and stuff, so I could get on with some casting. Spend many nights doing that, and then obviously painting them afterwards. But they're dog rough. They served a purpose, but I'm looking at the figures, and I was moulding them in those days. You could buy actual proper sort of I don't know what it was, pewter lead mix, whatever it was, but you could buy bars of metal at the game shop, but they were quite expensive. They got you nice figures, but it was good, good quality metal to make them out of. But I used to get just pure lead. A mate of mine was a builder, and or guy at the club was a builder, and he used to bring me a pile of lead every now and again, and I was just making figures out of pure lead, so they were bendy as anything. Bits were sort of snapping off them, and yeah, loads of miscasts. I was looking at some of them, they're missing bits and horses missing legs, and it didn't seem to bother me when I was a teenager. I was quite happy to just paint them up and use them, clearly, because when I was sorting through, I just thought, this stuff's just no good for anything. So it's still in a box in the garage. I don't know what to do with it. I haven't got the heart to throw it away, but I don't really want to get it out and use it either, so I've no idea what to do with it. But it'll probably be there until I die, I should imagine. But oh yeah, I was sort of looking through to see if there was anything there I could retrieve and use now, to be honest. And I picked these guys out. These are Essex figures. I did, I would say, most of the stuff I moulded myself, but I did buy a few figures from Essex, and these are some of them. Yes, as I say, went through lots of boxes. This is what I came up with. These were painted when I was a teenager. I'm going to repaint them. This is where I'm bending the criteria. These aren't anything Hammer whatsoever, nothing Games Workshop, but they are old. So as I say, I'm stretching things a bit and saying these are old Hammer figures. I've never stripped figures before either, which is where that one comes in. I stuck them in some paintbrush cleaner, and actually without a lot of effort I've got an awful lot of the paint off. So I think what I'm going to do is, that was a relatively successful experiment, so I'm going to put the whole lot in. I'll do this one again, and I didn't put a lot of effort into scrubbing them down, to be honest. I think with a bit more effort I'd have got that off as well. So I'm going to try and clean them all up and then paint them up from scratch again, and I think that's going to be the entry. The painting, I don't actually look as bad as I thought they. When you're looking at them on camera like this, they don't look too bad, but believe me, they're awful. I had no concept of shading, highlighting, any of that nonsense when I was a kid. It was purely just slap on base colours, don't bother touching up when you sort of go over the edges and what have you. It's pretty rough and ready, to be honest. But these aren't bad figures. I've sort of looked them up scale wise. They'll fit in with a lot of stuff I've got now. this guy's just going to be he'll make a perfectly decent character or officer when I repaint him. The other guys, I'm not too sure what to do with them. They don't look particularly good as officers, but I think they'll probably look okay on a command base, was what I was thinking, or yeah, I've got a couple of officers on horseback, so I think if I sort of put them around him, they may not look, say, not a bad command base perhaps. So I think that's going to be the plan for the others. But yeah, it's just to try and I had great plans to retrieve a lot more figures, to be honest. In my head, some of them were a lot better than they were, but when I actually started going through, there's just nothing there that I'd really want to use anymore, except for these guys. So yeah, so that's my entry for the Musty Oldhammer challenge anyway. The next thing, as I say, I'll put these in some brush remover and strip them down, and then try and paint them back up, and hopefully make a much better job of them this time. And I think they should serve a purpose. It was quite nice. It was lots of good memories going through this stuff, but it was a bit disappointing as well. I was expecting to come back with a lot more that I could use, to be honest, but yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. It's difficult to know what to do with this stuff as well, because I can't imagine anyone would want to buy it. I don't want to throw it away, that seems quite wasteful, but equally I don't see I'm ever going to use it, so yeah, I'll worry about that another day. But for the moment, I've retrieved these, and we'll paint them up and put them to good use, hopefully. So yeah, that's me. I have been painting some more figures as well. I've got some more to put up. I'll put those up in a separate video in the next couple of days. But I just thought I'd get this one out there. Try and join in with the challenge a bit. I know they're talking about the end of May. I might overstretch that a little bit, but it doesn't sound like the timescale's too strenuous, or too strictly enforced. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, in these still strange times, I seem to say that a lot nowadays. But yeah, so look after yourselves. Hope everyone's staying safe, and yeah, keep watching and keep making your own videos, and I'll keep watching those too. Thanks very much. Take care. Take it easy.